The British royal family has always been a source of intrigue for many people, just not in Britain, but everywhere around the world. If you've always wondered about the little details such as what's the Queen likes for breakfast, to the bigger things like what the royals actually do, keep on watching. The British royal family is so well known, it's easy to feel like we know all of the members personally, but it goes without saying that we don't actually know what happens at all those fancy parties and behind the doors of their state homes and grand palaces. Today we'll be looking at some not so well-known facts and taking a peek at the luxurious lifestyle of the royals. The best person to start with is, of course, Queen Elizabeth II, the head of the royal family at the age of 95. You would think the Queen would have a lot of free time on her hands. In reality, she has a packed schedule full of meetings and activities known as royal engagements. From hosting heads of state parties, presenting awards, and going on diplomatic missions, the Queen does it all, though. If the Queen is ever unable to attend such meetings, parties, or missions, this is where her children and grandchildren step in. So if you ever wondered what the rest of the royal family get up to, this is a big part of it. If any of you imagine them to be sitting around on thrones all day with servants waiting on them, hand and foot, you should reconsider. The Queen carried out over 341 engagements in 2014, which would come up to around one each day. The Queen's number of engagements alone were more than Kate, Prince Harry, and Prince William combined. However, in the last few years, the younger of the royals have stepped up to take on more responsibility as the Queen has started to lessen her load. She then goes on to peruse the newspaper, the favorite being the Daily Telegraph and the Racing Post. The rest of her day doesn't disappoint either, being packed with a busy schedule if she isn't physically attending important events and meetings. She's in her office attending to documents, state papers, and personal letters provided by her private secretaries and those well-known red leather cases. Royal business extremely elaborate. As the Queen reads through and signs papers, the official documents are signed using black ink and personal letters with green. Speaking of personal letters, she gets around 300 every day from the general public alone, most of which she actually does read. After hearing that fact, many of you may just be tempted to write to her, and rightfully so. What about the rest of the royal family? Well, the royal family has around 2,000 engagements a year between them. They attend to 70,000 guests at a number of tea parties, events, and ceremonies. They also reply to an astounding 100,000 letters a year, which is no easy task. If that wasn't enough, they've also done and continue to do a truly admirable amount of charity work. Up to 3,000 charitable organizations have at least one member of the royal family as a sponsor. They also travel around the world, representing not only the monarchy, but also their country.